That looks good. Morning coffee with TALTOA. How you doing this morning? Monday morning, April the 24th, last full week in April. My birthday's coming up, so is my anniversary be coming up next week. Week after that, we're taking the camper out for the first time, but that's down the road. Today, it's morning coffee with TALTOA. We get together every Monday through Friday morning, 6 a.m., except for this past Friday. Last Friday, we did a live morning coffee with TALTOA. That was a little bit later. But I don't know. What do you think? Think we ought to do more of those? I think we got some in the works. Anyway, I'm your host, Morning Coffee with TALTOA, also your host for the FBTV podcast. FBTV podcast, we do that once a week, usually Tuesday or Wednesday when that drops. Also, we do I'm the host of A Few Minutes with TALTOA. That's on our TALTOA YouTube channel. You'll find that at youtube.com/TALTOA, TALTOA.com. I am also the lead consultant for TALTOA, as you see in the bottom left hand of your screen, TALTOA. That's our website, TALTOA.com, and our phone number. Check out our website. What we do, we are a training and consulting firm, transportation and logistics, freight brokers, those that want to become freight broker agents or freight brokers, trucking companies that want to be able to get their own loads direct, have their own customers instead of using a broker for all of their loads, and trucking companies that would like to add an additional stream of revenue to their transportation operation. Anyway, check it out, TALTOA, TALTOA.com. You'll find some stuff there that might be pretty interesting to you, especially if you're brand new in the industry. If you're brand new in the industry and you've been out here trying to get a contract as a broker agent, probably been getting a lot of doors shut on you. You've probably been hearing experience, book of business. Well, we got packages that allow you to get that experience, build that book of business. And what we're talking about there is our mentorship program, where you can go to work as a freight broker agent when you finish your essential training through us under our licensed brokerage. So that gives you the opportunity to not only get the experience, build that book of business, and that book of business is yours. And yes, if you move loads, should you move loads while you're in the mentorship program, you're going to be paid just like any other freight broker agent would on commission of the net of the load. The net of the load is the profit. So if you had $1,000 profit on a load, your commission is going to be $600. Get the idea? 60%. Anyway, check it out. TALTOA, TALTOA.com. You'll see all the packages there under the training and consulting menu button, and whatever fits your needs. Find something, and budget. We have pay-as-you-go option available as well. That's where you make a small down payment and you pay as you go. So by the time you finish your training, it's all paid for and you're ready to enter the mentorship program. Not to mention there's going to be a consulting period after your mentorship program. Consulting gives you the opportunity to call, email, whatever, when you got a problem situation. When you're out to the mentorship program, you've taken that next step. Anyway, check it out. Have questions, give me a call, 479-668-0838. This week on Morning Coffee with TALTOA, it's a 5-part week. Each day, we're going to be covering one of 5 freight broker habits that can guarantee you success. No kidding. 5 habits. If you do these things, and we're going to talk about them, obviously, in as much detail as we can for a morning coffee, but you're going to get the idea. Today, we're going to be talking about prospecting. Yeah, we did a morning coffee about prospecting here the other day, but you got to do that. Get out there and prospect. If you're a new broker, and I even tell my clients, start out with lumber, steel, and roofing, building your prospect list. Now, what is a prospect list? I have to excuse me, I'm kind of hoarse this morning. What is a prospect list? Prospect list is where you are building a list of companies you wish to contact when you're able to start your broker operation in hopes that they will use you as one of their brokers. Get ahead of this. We're going to be talking about making sales calls tomorrow, but you don't want to be trying to, from day one, putting together your prospect list and try to make the calls. Time management, we're going to be talking about that this week too. That's imperative. you get that prospect list done. You got your telephone, get your headset put on, start dialing. I call it dialing for dollars. Start making those sales calls. People say, well, how many do I need to make? As many as you can. As many sales calls. Boy, I'm all tangled up now. As many sales calls as you can. In training, we're going to tell you, a couple hundred a week, or a day rather, a couple hundred a day. People hear that and they go, what? Understand the point is you've got to make a lot of sales calls. So the more prospects you have, the more calls you can rattle off in the afternoon. Yeah, that's when you make a sales call. We'll talk about that tomorrow as well. But build that prospect list. What you need on that prospect list is pretty simple. Name of the company, phone number, where they are located. Now, we're going to come back to this on Wednesday. Everything kind of fits together here because you don't want to waste time. Time management is essential as a broker. Time management is essential with any business, but especially as a broker. And for those of you who have been driving a truck or have driven a truck in the past and you've had to deal with those logbooks, you know exactly what I'm talking about, time management. Anyway, prospecting, you can start building that list now. You may not be thinking about starting your brokerage for months, a couple of months from now, maybe a year from now. But man, now's the time. Work on it a little bit at a time. And you can prospect anything. But my recommendation, stay away from the big boys, the whales, as I call them. You're not worried about Walmart. You're not worried about Costco or Sam's or any of that kind of Lowe's or Home Depot or any of that kind of stuff. I mean, if you're able to get in and you know somebody, maybe you got a brother, sister, spouse, whatever, they can get you in, of course. But you need to know what you're doing before you start taking on the big risk. We had a client here a while back. He was, trying to jump in, trying to catch the whale before he even caught a fish. And haven't heard from him in a while. Hope he's okay. But anyway, you got to take this one step at a time. Prospecting. Start building your prospect list. All right. Now, here's something else before we get done today. Every time I get ready to wrap this up, another point pops in my head about prospecting. I had a client a while back call me. She said, Mike, baby pillows. Do you think that'd be a good company to prospect? And I said, I'll think about that. How many baby pillows are you going to get on a 53-foot trailer? Oh, I don't know, thousands of them, thousands. How many companies are going to actually buy that many baby pillows? You get the idea? Think reality. You want to be prospecting companies that have full truckload freight. If you've never heard the term LTL, well, here it is. LTL, that stands for less than truckload. I'm not saying you can't make money on it, but when you first start out, yeah, you really want full truckload freight. All right? Okay, enough of that today. Morning Coffee with TALTOA. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about making sales calls. You want to catch that video. Matter of fact, we're going to have a simple script we're going to be talking about where you can make 200, 300, 400 calls a day if you want to. That's coming up tomorrow here on Morning Coffee with TALTOA. Go have a great Monday, unless, of course, you've made other plans. We'll see you tomorrow.